Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hereby welcome Honorable Union Finance Minister Shri P. Chidambaram. Please put your hands together. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. We are honored with your presence. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome Shri U.K. Sinha, Chairman SEBI. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. I request all the dignitaries to be seated on dais. Your attention, please, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Union Finance Minister Shri P. Chidambaram, Shri U.K. Sinha, Chairman SEBI, Shri Ravi Narayan, MD and CEO National Stock Exchange, Shri R.M. Malla, CMD IDBI, Shri Sushil Munot, CMD SIDBI. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Ms. Chitra Ramkrishna, Joint Managing Director, National Stock Exchange, Shri V.A. George, President and CEO, Tejo Engineering Limited, dignitaries from the Ministry, dignitaries from the SEBI and banks, trading members of National Stock Exchange, listed corporates of NSE, media and press, and ladies and gentlemen. It is a pleasure to welcome you on this momentous occasion of the launch of NSE's SME platform, Emerge. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start with a huge round of applause. Going public is the dream of many growing enterprises, and Emerge makes it possible. Emerge, ladies and gentlemen, offers a viable alternate options to entrepreneurs to raise risk capital. Emerge symbolizes the aspirations of a large number of entrepreneurs actively participating in the India growth story and having the potential to unlock value and emerge on a bigger stage. This platform, ladies and gentlemen, will provide investors with exciting opportunities to invest in their growing business. I am sure setting up this platform would have been a challenging and exciting journey. National Stock Exchange has been in the forefront in contributing to improve the environment. As a part of our Go Green initiative, we've planted 25 trees in Rajasthan on behalf of each of the dignitaries on the dais. I now request our chief guest and other dignitaries on the dais to accept the certificates. Honorable Union Finance Minister Shri P. Chidambaram, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. This is a part of our Grow Green initiative, wherein we planted 25 trees in Rajasthan. Shri U.K. Sinha, Chairman SEBI, Shri R.M. Malla, CMD IDBI, Shri Sushil Munot, CMD SIDBI, Shri V.A. George, President and CEO, Tejo Engineering Limited. Thank you so much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, may I call upon Shri Ravi Narayan, MD and CEO, National Stock Exchange, for his welcome remarks. Sir.
Okay, it's very high. Good morning, Honorable Finance Minister, Mr. Chidambaram, Chairman SEBI, Mr. Sinha, Dr. Kelkar, Mr. Malla, Mr. Munot, my colleague Chitra Ramakrishna, invited dignitaries, members of the NSE, members of the press, may I extend a hearty and warm welcome to all of you. The launch of NSE SME platform Emerge is a very significant milestone, sir, for us at NSE. Our country is a land of 1 million entrepreneurs with high aspirations and innovative business models. Adequate availability of equity capital is a critical requirement to enable these deserving SMEs to fully exploit the opportunities available to them coming out of the sustained economic growth witnessed by India. When we started working on this platform, sir, we were keen that it should become a viable and, more importantly, a sustainable option for India's best emerging businesses for raising capital from informed investors, a place where these businesses grow and demonstrate performance before they migrate to the main board with more widely distributed shareholding. The SME platform should also catalyze the venture capital ecosystem and innovation financing in the country, also as it will provide liquidity and exit to early risk investors in smaller companies. However, our study of the global markets indicated that junior markets are challenging projects at the best of time, and success in these markets is not universal and has only been achieved with a collaborative convergence of a larger ecosystem, including institutions, government regulators, risk investors, and the investment banks. We therefore engaged extensively with this ecosystem in India, including startup and early stage companies, risk investors like angel and venture capital private equity investors, investment banks and SME advisors, and of course national institutions like SIDBI. The first strong message that we received was that the quality and credibility of the initial issuers and secondary trading interests will be key to the long-term success of this platform. Based on the feedback, we have put in place a strong and credible admission process for companies to be listed on Emerge. These processes, including third-party due diligence process, will provide confidence to investors. NSE will also handhold the SME entrepreneurs to move confidently on the road of a public listing and make all possible efforts to reduce the cost of raising capital on this platform. The excellent support of both institutional and retail investors to the first offering on Emerge in an otherwise dull primary market is, I think, a validation of our admission process. Creating trading interest and secondary liquidity is also a top priority, and for that, apart from offering research support to listed companies, we are offering alternate trading options to issuers, which should help in aggregating liquidity and getting focused market attention. Honorable Finance Minister, we are aware that we carry huge responsibility towards the thousands of deserving SMEs who will look at this platform with a great sense of expectation. We also realize that India's efforts at creating an alternative junior platform will be watched keenly by global markets, and its success will be important to establish India as an exciting investment destination. We are determined, sir, to work for the success of the SME platform. I again express my gratitude to you, sir, for taking out time from your extremely busy schedule to be with us today. Your presence has provided immense encouragement to all of us and has helped create excitement and hope in a very large entrepreneurial ecosystem of our great nation. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for your remarks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we shall have ringing of the gong. For that, may I request the dignitaries on the dais to please assemble near the gong for the ringing the bell. Now we'll have the ringing of the bell. And we shall begin with the countdown. Well, ladies and gentlemen, and now we request the Honorable Finance Minister to ring the bell, symbolizing the launch of the Emerge platform. Well, ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause. Our Honorable Finance Minister has rung the bell symbolizing the launch of the Emerge platform this morning. And request all the dignitaries. Well, I think your applause could be louder, ladies and gentlemen. This is a proud moment for all of us here. Thank you. I would request all the dignitaries and Shri V.A. George to ring the bell, please. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the first company has been listed on NSE Emerge. A huge round of applause to that, please. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sirs, for joining us. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to request Shri Sushil Munot, CMD, SIDBI, and Chairman of SIDBI Venture Capital Limited to share some thoughts with us. SIDBI Venture Capital Limited, ladies and gentlemen, is the nominated investor for the first issue on Emerge. Please welcome Shri Munot.
Very good morning. Honorable Finance Minister, Chairman SEBI, dignitaries on the dais, and ladies and gentlemen. Today I am happy to see the fruits of the effort and actions taken by all the stakeholders in developing the SME exchanges over the past few years, especially when the country looks up to the MSME sector for employment creation and inclusive growth. India possesses all the critical ingredients for making a successful SME market, including diversified, innovative enterprises, and a steadily expanding domestic economy. SIDBI has recently concluded a repositioning exercise with the objective of enhancing its relevance to the MSME sector and building a viable and sustainable business model around it. We now propose to fill in the gaps in the MSME ecosystem, not only in the financing area, but also in the sphere of development services. As per a recent IFC study, the largest financing gap in the MSME sector exists in the equity space, with an estimated requirement of 2,50,000 crores and a supply of just 3,000 crores from formal sources of equity, thereby pushing the entrepreneurs to raise such equity from friends, family, and other sources. Recognizing this gap, the government has now proposed a 5,000 crore fund for venture and risk capital for MSMEs, with SIDBI taking forward the earlier risk capital foundation. This fund will be utilized as fund of funds apart from direct investments. SIDBI's 100% subsidiary, SIDBI Venture Capital Limited, has recently operationalized a venture capital fund of 600 crores called India Opportunities Fund, with one of the objectives being investment in IPOs on the SME exchanges. Tejo Engineering is the first investment from the fund, both at the pre-IPO and IPO stage. We have also tried to facilitate the compulsory market making by suitably funding the merchant banker IDBI Capital Market Services. SIDBI, on behalf of DFS, Ministry of Finance, has coordinated a working group of all stakeholders, including institutional investors like banks, insurance companies, mutual funds, VCs, angel investors, and regulators, for key action points and policy interventions for further strengthening the SME exchange platform on the lines of successful junior markets of UK, US, Canada, and South Korea. Nurturing entrepreneurship is an important part of filling the gap in development services, and we recently launched a website, smallb.in, targeted promoting youth entrepreneurship. It provides all the information on setting up an enterprise at one place. Success stories like Tejo Engineering will definitely inspire potential young entrepreneurs. I wish the very best to all the investors of Tejo Engineering and thank the NSE for launching the SME exchange and SEBI for building the regulatory framework. On our part, we will continue to play an active role to ensure that such platforms are positioned at par with the world's best alternate platforms to serve the needs of the growing SME sector. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Well, may I request our friends from media to kindly go back. Kindly be seated. There's a lot of disturbance. Thank you so much. This side. Thank you so much. May I now request Shri Malla, CMD IDBI Bank and Chairman IDBI Capital Services Limited to say a few words. Ladies and gentlemen, IDBI Capital Services was the merchant bankers for the first offering on Emerge. Sir.
Thank you very much and very great good morning. Respected Shri P. Chidambaram, Honorable Union Finance Minister, Shri UK Sinha, Chairman SEBI, Shri Ravi Narayan, Mr. Sushil Manot, Ms. Chitra, Mr. George, distinguished guests, members of media, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great privilege to be present here at the launch of Emerge, the SME platform, launched just now by Honorable Union Finance Minister. I would like to express my deep gratitude to our Honorable Union Finance Minister for gracing this occasion. Sir, our country is so fortunate to have you as the Finance Minister at a time when the whole world is facing uncertainties. The Indian economy has always benefited immensely under your visionary and dynamic leadership. Sir, we recall how during the previous slowdown of 2007-8, the policy initiatives taken by you had brought India back quickly to growth trajectory. And now, within 45 days of taking charge, suitable steps have been taken which have brought optimism in all sections of Indian economy. And the entire globe has started looking at India with renewed interest. Sir, I would like to give two examples. Last month, on August 22, IDBI Bank was the first bank to raise Singapore dollars, and our issue, as against our expectations of being oversubscribed by 4 to 5 times, had a record oversubscription of 12 times. As against $250 million, we got bids of 3 billion Singapore dollars. Sir, yesterday, we made a US dollar issue of $500 million. Again, we were expecting it to be oversubscribed by 4 times. And we are happy to report that it got oversubscribed by 9 times, bids of 4.5 billion. And sir, this time no one from IDBI had to go out. Last time just my 2 colleagues went to Singapore and Hong Kong. Sir, this is a great testimony to the fact that entire world has again realized that India is a great story. Sir, your deep interest for development of micro and small enterprises and its engines of growth is well known. Sir, I recall that during my tenure at SIDBI, you provided special funds for the first time under RIDF, and it has now become a regular feature. These funds for loan as well as equity go a long way in promoting SMEs. We are confident that your presence today will further fillip SME growth. We are also grateful to Shri UK Sinha for gracing this occasion. Under his stewardship, SIDBI is taking great initiatives for streamlining market practices, system reforms, and investor protection. We are grateful to SEBI for creating an enabling environment for setting up of platform of SME exchange. Today's event, sir, is a beginning towards a transparent, efficient, and effective mechanism benefiting both investors and SMEs. The National Stock Exchange has emerged as one of the best stock exchanges of the world. NSE has always been at the forefront of innovation, and setting up of SME platform is yet another example. We at IDBI Bank feel proud of the achievements of NSE, especially as it was sponsored by IDBI and set up by a team comprising of IDBI officials. We feel happy that 2 of the original team members from IDBI, Mr. Ravi Narayan and Ms. Chitra, are now leading the NSE to greater heights. We are very strongly associated with SIDBI, and SIDBI is doing innovative things, and IDBI Bank is privileged to be associated with Emerge to find solutions for SMEs. Our subsidiary IDBI Capital acted not only as lead manager, provided underwriting, and will continue to do market making. To conclude, I would like to thank everyone associated with setting up of Emerge, as also compliment Tejo Engineering as its promoters for being the first company to be listed on this stock exchange. We would like to invite large number of SMEs to come forward for raising capital from this initiative and we assure Honorable Finance Minister and Chairman SEBI that we will work together for benefit of SMEs who are truly a very valuable engine for growth of our great country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for that valuable insight. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to extend a warm welcome to our guest of honor, Shri U.K. Sinha, Chairman SEBI, to share with us his thoughts on the SME platform. Sir.
Honorable Finance Minister, Mr. Ravi Narayan, invited dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen. Today you might have seen that in the beginning of this function, instead of a traditional bouquet of flowers, we were offered a certificate that certain saplings have been planted in our name. So, and you must realize that when a sapling is planted and it grows, the amount of satisfaction that the individual gets. The satisfaction gets added substantially if in the past, when you had planted the sapling, it had not been so successful, and this time it has become successful. I'm giving this example because exactly this is what has happened in the case of MSME platforms. We had multiple attempts in the past. Unfortunately, we didn't have success. So for us in SEBI, it is a matter of great satisfaction and pride that what we did last year in SEBI, that has now started bearing fruit. You might be aware that in Bombay Stock Exchange, some firms have already come up, and today is a very important day that NSE has now got a SME which is listed here. I would like to take you about the measures which government and SEBI are taking to revive the MSME segment, especially from the point of view of raising the money, raising the capital. You will realize that in our whole scheme of things, the important item is to how to encourage the medium and small enterprises to access venture capital and private equity. About 6 months back, SEBI took a decision to have a new set of regulations called AIF, Alternate Investment Fund Regulations, and the principles and design has been made very simple so that more and more SMEs can take advantage of the funding from the venture capital or private equity. As you know, when an entrepreneur grows, he comes to a stage where he needs support in matters of marketing, in matters of technology, in matters of governance, and the platform which is given through the AIF, Alternate Investment Funds, that provides this opportunity. So that is one measure which SEBI took. And then we also realized that while in the past multiple efforts have not been so successful, there is need to try again. And I would like all of you to appreciate that SEBI and the government have to take into account not only the requirements of the corporates, the entrepreneurs to raise the money, but also at the same time to provide for the safety of the money which is being invested by the investor. So how to protect the interest of the investors? So we have to do that balancing. I'm happy that this time when the scheme has been launched by SEBI, we have taken care, for example, of the market making, the compulsory market making, the minimum amount that will be subscribed. So initially there was some hesitation that have we made it too tough, will it be successful? But now I'm of the view, and I'm quite assured that the measures we took are going to not only encourage the corporates to raise money, but also to make this a sustainable venture. So I am very hopeful that the rules which have been framed are going to be extremely beneficial and also sustainable. At the same time, I'd also like to remind all of you that in the past as well, there have been thousands of companies, MSME companies, which have been listed on regional stock exchanges. And there was no mechanism that how the investors in these companies could make an exit, number one, or number two, how these companies could make more and more fundraising. So we have, through our circular in May this year, provided for an exit mechanism, and we have provided, for example, that the small and medium companies which are compliant, they can be allowed to be listed on the national level exchanges. And I'm happy that both NSE and BSE have agreed that the compliant companies can be listed on those exchanges instead of the exchanges where there is no trading. Also, Those companies on which there was no trading at all, a separate bulletin board has been provided. So on that bulletin board, the trading in those companies can happen. So we have taken a number of measures, starting from alternate investment funds, the special platform on the national exchanges, and allowing the migration of already listed small enterprises on the national exchanges so that trading can happen and they can be able to raise more and more money. I'd also like to briefly touch upon some of the measures which SEBI has taken recently, and especially from the point of view of raising capital by the corporates. You might recollect that we have taken measures to announce for electronic IPO. So in more than 1,000 places, people can raise money and investors can file their applications through the electronic mode. We have also made provisions, for example, of an assured allotment to the retail. All these measures, I'm hopeful, are going to help not only big corporates, but also small and medium corporates. I'd also like to tell you that we have taken some measures for mutual funds, for example, and some of the measures we have announced through a circular which was issued last week. A few measures which require amendment of our regulations, they are being issued in the next few days, and they will become effective from 1st of October. So there was some apprehension in certain circles that what the SEBI board had decided, why is it taking time? I would like to assure you that it is not taking time. It will be effective from 1st of October. So measures like fungibility or how the exit load is going to be charged back to the scheme, all those measures are being announced. In the end, I would like to thank NSE for inviting me, and I wish them all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I now request Honorable Finance Minister Shri P. Chidambaram to address the gathering. A round of applause, please.
Shri Ravi Narayan, Shri UK Sinha, Chairman SEBI, Dr. Vijay Kelkar, Shri R.M. Malla, Shri Munot, Shri V.A. George, the promoter, Srimati Chitra Ramakrishna, other members of the NSE group, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I had requested that this function be held in Delhi, but then it would be pretty certain that I can attend the function, and I was very keen to participate on this occasion, when the first company is being listed on the SME platform of NSE. As Shri UK Sinha pointed out, I can recall at least 2 or 3 attempts where we tried to launch this platform and bring SMEs into the market to raise capital. But every attempt failed. Even this attempt, the decisions were first taken in 2008. The initial framework was issued by SEBI in November 2008. The circular was issued by SEBI on May 18, 2010, and it is now over 2 years before the first company can be brought on the platform of NSE. It's not easy to bring the SMEs into the market and into the exchange-traded platform for a variety of reasons. The first, of course, is the fear of the unknown. Second is that for some reason we have encouraged people to believe that micro must remain micro, small must remain small, and medium must remain medium forever and forever. In fact, a whole series of regulations and rules are written to ensure that they remain micro, small, and medium, and no one actually grows. The third is the formidable array of rules and regulations that SEBI and many other regulators put in place that frightens a small entrepreneur or a medium entrepreneur. But I think the opportunities for micro, small and medium enterprises to raise capital and to grow and to expand are so large that we must get over these obstacles and try to see that those who have the entrepreneurial qualities are able to raise capital and grow. I think it's important that we send a message that we want SMEs to grow out of their smallness and medium size. More will enter as small and medium, but the successful small and medium must indeed become medium and large. That is the way to grow, and I think one of the ways to grow is to raise capital in the market, subject yourself to the discipline of the market, and grow along with the economy. I'm very happy that the two promoters, Mr. K.J. Joseph and Mr. Thomas John, I'm told that's where the word Tejo comes, although Tejo also has a meaning in Sanskrit. I congratulate the two promoters for taking this bold step of listing on the SME platform of NSE. But this example must be followed by thousands of companies. Germany's manufacturing strength is the Mittelstand, the medium companies. They don't define medium and small the way we define. Our medium is defined as investment in plant and machinery of less than rupees 10 crore, small as less than rupees 5 crore, and micro is less than rupees 25 lakhs. Some of these definitions are clearly outdated, but be that as it may, we have a huge pool which can be encouraged to list, raise capital and grow. There are 3.11 crore companies which qualify for the definition of SME. They employ 7.32 crore people. They contribute 45% of total industrial production, and they contribute to about 8% of GDP. Imagine if they achieved their full potential, if they grew in size and scale, diversified their products, diversified their markets. Imagine the enormous benefits in terms of greater employment, higher industrial production, more exports, and contribution to GDP. So I think all of us, IDBI, SIDBI, NSE, SEBI, all stakeholders and market players must take this challenge seriously. Make this experiment successful. I'm glad that BSE has already listed 7 companies and given an in-principle approval for 2 more. But I think with more exchanges coming, more competition, they will compete in this segment also and see that a much larger number, given the pool of 3.11 crore, we should have at least a few thousand companies which are listing on this platform and raising capital. I don't think we should worry about the past failures. I recall that Abraham Lincoln failed in every election that he contested. He contested about 6 or 7 elections at different levels, and he lost every single election. Finally was elected President of the United States. I think we should not worry about the past failures. nor should we be deterred by the fact that this has taken 4 years to fructify on the NSE exchange. I think we should take encouragement by the fact that there are entrepreneurs who are willing to come to the market, willing to raise capital, and willing to grow. I offer my warm congratulations to all of them. More lessons will be learnt as we go along. Small merchant bankers, public sector banks, rating agencies, advisories, all of them have to make that extra effort, take that extra step to handhold a large number of companies to come to the market. I offer my warm congratulations to everyone. May this exercise be a successful exercise, and may the company which is listed first grow and prosper and contribute to the growth of India's economy. Thank you and congratulations to all.
Thank you for your encouraging words, sir. Thank you so much. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would request Shri Ravi Narayan to present a token to Mr. V.A. George, President and CEO of Tejo Engineering Limited, signifying listing on emerge. I now would like to call upon Shri V.A. George, President and CEO of Tejo Engineering, to share his experience of listing a first SME company on NSE Emerge platform. Over to you, sir.
Honorable Finance Minister P. Chidambaram, Ravi Narayan, Mr. U.K. Sinha, other dignitaries on the dais, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Almost a decade back, our Honorable Finance Minister inaugurated brand equity seminar, and I still remember his opening sentences of that inaugural address. He said, it went something like this: we politicians and the advertising professionals have something in common. Both of us sell dreams. Though in a totally different context, I think this statement has got a lot of relevance. Today, what has happened is, we have sold dreams. Dreams to 10,000 of more small and medium industrial units in the country, that they can raise capital, they can reduce their leverage, they can afford to take risk and move forward. We have also sold dreams to the investors, both institutional as well as retail, that you have one more avenue to expose yourself, your portfolio, this can come in. A tremendous moment in the history of Indian financial sector, and it's also a tremendous moment for we at Tejo Engineering. I am supposed to speak on the experience of this first baby, being the first baby on the NSE platform. It has been extremely challenging and so wonderful experience, I should say. What I have to say is, to other potential investors, entrepreneurs who want to come to this platform, do you believe in quality? You can be here. The moment NSE accept you for listing, then they handhold you. And they take you through, they become a part of you. Laborious process. They will ask you to do many non-mandatory things, like rating of the issue, due diligence. But we should remember, it's for the benefit of the segment, and it's also for the investors, because the early entrants have a tremendous responsibility. We have to ensure the past is not repeated, and we should be able to move forward. Structurally, I have no doubt this will perform well, because unlike the past, this is not a separate exchange. It's a platform on NSE. And it has also provided a chance to migrate seamlessly to the main platform if you grow. So it's a challenge for entrepreneurs who come in to move forward, reward the investors and yourself in the journey. We at Tejo are extremely aware of this, and I have to, on this occasion, I want to assure everyone, the regulators here and all the investors, we will do our utmost to have the best practices and the next practices in corporate governance, so that we as the eldest child, will all has created history, but we would like to be remembered for the things we achieve in future, and have my colleagues here, especially directors like Sri N. Ganga Ram and Sri Srivastava, former MD of SAIL, will all help us to practice excellence. I must thank IDBI Capital, the merchant banker, Prabhudas Leeladhar, the syndicate member, our registrar Tamio, and everyone for the support. And any support anyone needs, we are willing to share, because we have to make it vibrant and a tremendous success. I especially want to thank Chitra Ramakrishna and Ravi, Tyagi, Kathy, Hari, many of them NSE, they have become a part of us. We will continue to be. Thank you very much, and all the best.
Thank you, sir. I'm sure your words will inspire hope and confidence in all the aspiring entrepreneurs of our country. May I now request Ms. Chitra Ramakrishna, Joint Managing Director, National Stock Exchange, to offer the vote of thanks. Ma'am.
Honorable Finance Minister, SEBI Chairman, all the dignitaries on the dais and those who are present here. It is indeed a very momentous day for Emerge, and I'm very grateful to the Honorable Finance Minister that he agreed amidst his busy time schedule to be here and to signify so much commitment and support to this project. I would only say that the last 15-18 months has been a huge learning for us. When we started our efforts in launching this platform, exactly the sentiment that many speakers have resonated earlier, we did not want this to be one more SME platform. We wanted to revisit the purpose of creating this platform, and this journey has taught us that unless we are going to innovate and create something different and show that this is really the aspirational platform for SMEs of tomorrow, this is going to probably meet the same future that many others in the past have. And it was in this context that we got to the bottom of trying to bring in innovations around cost, make this a cost-optimal platform. None of this would have been possible without pillars of support in the form of institutions like IDBI Bank, like SIDBI, like Canara Bank, Can Ventures, who all helped us structure this financial program in the form of a nominated investor concept, in the form of lead managing these issues. Most importantly, along the way, without the guidance of SEBI and without the active support of SEBI in being flexible along the regulations to sort of make this work for the SME entrepreneur as well as for the exchange, the guidance and support, invaluable as it was, has made today possible for us. Very importantly, intermediaries like Prabhudas Leeladhar, who brought in a huge innovation in selling this concept to the retail and HNI investors through their distribution model, again was another innovation that we were able to bring into this first issue. As we speak, this issue in times, as we saw a fortnight ago, was able to get about 1.5 times oversubscription with nearly 1,500 applications, many retail and HNI applications in this across nearly 14 states of India. All of this shows that when you have a good asset, there is a lot of interest. When you have a good offering, there is interest and people are putting their step forward. Today, on the day of listing, already more than 40,000 orders have come, 40,000 shares orders have come into this issue that opened at 11:15. This is a first step, and we will build from strength to strength, sir. We will take the words that you have given us as guidance, and we will move from strength to strength and make this the platform of tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, and once again, congratulations on the launch of the platform. One more time, ladies and gentlemen, we will thank the chief guests and other dignitaries on the dais for joining us this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us for high tea. Thank you.